Hi everyone, welcome to the CA classroom. Today we will be discussing about the concept of rights issue. First, let's understand what a rights issue is. Assume there is a company which has 1 lakh equity shares of 10 each. If the company wants to raise further capital, they can either go take a new loan or issue new equity shares. Now, when they issue these new equity shares, what is rights issue? Issuing new shares to the existing shareholders. Let's say I have 1000 shares in this company and the company is giving me a rights issue saying for every 10 shares you have, you will receive 1 share. So I will get 100 shares in terms of rights issue. However, this is not free like bonus issue. Here, for these 100 shares, you have to make payment. How much to pay? We'll discuss that in a bit. No. Why will a company go for rights issue and why will a company not go for any other form of raising capital? One. There will be no dilution in ownership. All the existing 1 lakh shareholders will get an offer in such a way that they will, if they were earlier holding 5% in the company, after rights issue also they will be holding 5% only in the company if all the shareholders subscribe to the rights. Therefore, there will be no dilution in ownership and the shareholders of the company will feel belong to the company. Second, to go for a new issue, company has to spend a lot of money in terms of prospectus, filing, etc. For a rights issue, since you are issuing to existing shareholders, the issue cost is substantially lower compared to a normal issue. Also, when you make an offer to existing shareholders first before you go outside the company, the shareholders will feel a sense of belongingness within the company. This is the reason why company goes for a rights issue. Now, let's discuss how is rights issue priced and what happens after a rights issue is made. In the previous section, we had discussed what is rights issue and why a company goes for a rights issue. Now we will see how pricing is done for rights issue and what is the accounting for a rights issue. Assume a company which has a market price of 60 per share. Now when they go for a new rights issue, will the offer to existing shareholders be made at a price higher than 60, lower than 60 or equal to 60? No. Let us eliminate the options to see what is the best option. If you are going to make an offer equal to the market price, the shareholder will as well go and buy in the market and not buy from the company. If you are going to make an offer for more than 60, for something which is only valued 60 in the market, nobody will buy in the offer. And hence, to attract investors, to attract your existing shareholders to buy your share, rights issue generally is priced at below the market price. In the previous section, we had discussed regarding pricing of the rights issue. Now let's see how to account for a rights issue. After the company makes an offer to the shareholder can either accept the offer, decline the offer, or renounce the offer. What is the meaning of renouncing the offer? I will transfer the offer to somebody else. Basically, I will sell the offer to another shareholder. What happens when you accept the offer? The company receives money because you are purchasing the shares. So company will debit the bank account and they will credit the equity share capital account. This is the net effect of the entry. Bank account will increase, share capital of the company will also increase. In case you decline the offer, what entry will I pass? No entry. What entry will the company pass? No entry. In case you renounce the offer, What entry will the company pass? It doesn't matter to the company whether you renounce or not, because when you renounce your right, what do you mean by renouncing? Offer is made to A. He is the existing shareholder of the company. He will transfer this offer to B, who might be an existing shareholder or might not be an existing shareholder. B will subscribe to the shares of the company. So, anyway, whether A subscribes or B subscribes, company will pass the entry bank account debit to equity shareholder. What will the shareholder pass in this case? What will A do? He is selling his right. Therefore, B will pay money to A because A is selling an offer from the company to B. How much will B pay? We'll discuss in the next section. But whatever money A receives, he will debit bank account. This is more like an income for him, so he will credit his income statement. So now we have seen what is the accounting entry in case of rights issue. Now let us enter the concept of what happens when a rights issue is made. How does the share price move? How does it impact the company? How does it impact the investor? In the previous section, we had discussed about what happens when an offer is made by company to an investor and how to account for the same. Now let us look at the same example using numbers and how it impacts the company and the investor. Let's take an example where investor Mr. X has 100 shares in a company and the market price of such share is 25 per share. The company has made an offer to him at the ratio of 1:10 and he has to pay only rupees 14 rupees for a share. This is the same example which is there in the study material. Now let's say Mr. X already has 100 shares at 25 per share, which is the market price. So the value of this portfolio is 2,500 rupees. Now, he is additionally receiving an offer for 10 shares for which he has to pay 14 rupees per share. Value of his portfolio after subscribing to rights will now become 2,640. Now, let's see what is his value before rights issue. 2,500 rupees for 100 shares. So per share value is how much? 25. What is the value after he accepts the offer? 10 shares into 14, 140. His total portfolio value is 2640 for 110 shares. Now what is the value per share after accepting the offer? 2,640 total value for how many shares? 100 plus 10 shares. 110, which comes to rupees 24 per share. So technically, after you accept the rights issue, what happens is market price of a share falls from 25 to 24. This is only theoretical market price. So the terms they give is market price of share before rights issue is called cum rights price, meaning it is cumulative of rights, meaning if you buy a share at 25, it is coming along with rights issue which you will get in the future. 24 is called X rights price. X rights price meaning excluding rights. So if you buy a share at 24, you will not get the rights offer. 25 price of share before rights issue is called cum rights price. 24 theoretical market price of share after rights issue is called X rights price. Now we will see what will happen if he declines the offer. This is what happens if he accepts the offer. If he declines the offer, let us see what happens to his portfolio. He already had 100 shares which was worth 25. If he declines the offer and sits in his house, receives the offer, throws it, does not respond to the offer, theoretical market price will fall to 24. So his portfolio value will decline from 2,500 to 2,400 just by declining the offer. So what is happening? Just because an investor declines the offer, his portfolio is decreasing. So what will he do? He will want to recover this difference. He will want to recover this difference of 100 rupees. This is his loss. So what he will do? He will renounce these rights, meaning sell this offer to some other party. Let's say A received the offer. Now he renounces it to B. At what price will he sell this offer to B? What is the opportunity cost loss for him? 100 rupees. So he will ask B to pay him rupees 100. B will pay him 100. So A is technically receiving rupees 100 divided by 10 shares. Technically B pays A 10 rupees for every share. Now B should also pay to the company. So B will pay rupees 10 to A and rupees 14 to the company. So what happens to B's portfolio? He is receiving 10 shares by paying 24, which is the ex-rights price. So in the previous section, we have discussed the example. Let's see what happens in each case, and let me summarize the previous discussion. If Mr. X accepts the offer, his before and after value. When he accepts the offer, before he had 100 shares worth 25, which is now 2500. After accepting, he will have 100 shares into 25 plus 10 shares into 14, value of which is 2640 divided by 110. Per share value is now 24. His entire portfolio value is increasing, but per share value decreases. If he declines the offer, before rights issue, his value of portfolio is 2500, 100 into 25. After will become 2400, 100 into 24. And hence, he will not want to decline the offer because by doing nothing, value is dropping. Hence, he will want to renounce his rights. His goal is, earlier he had 2500 value. Now he will want 2500 bare minimum, and hence the difference of rupees 100 he will receive it from the person to whom he is renouncing the rights. Mr. B is buying the rights from Mr. A. He is paying rupees 10 per share to Mr. A and rupees 14 per share to the company. End of the day, he is incurring 24. So if he does not buy the share from A also, he can buy in the open market for 24. Hence, he is also happy that he is paying the same price and when he will purchase the offer. Now, what is known as value of a right? By renouncing the offer, by selling the offer to Mr. B, how much money is A getting? A gets rupees 100 for 10 shares. So value of one right is rupees 10. So in the previous discussion, we had discussed the example in detail. Now let us see some terms to understand how to solve the sum. Your book says X rights price is equal to, they have given a long formula which says cum rights value plus right shares value divided by old shares plus new shares. This is nothing but what are the existing old rights shares? We had 100 shares into 25, which is nothing but cum rights value plus in rights you are getting 10 shares into 14, 140 divided by 100 plus 10, which gives me 24. So few important terms is cum rights value. Cum rights is market price of share before rights issue. 24. Theoretical market price of share after rights issue. It is known as X rights price. Also, formula for value of a right is given in the book. We had derived 100 in the previous example. Value of right is cum right value per share minus X rights price, which is nothing but 25 minus 24, which is equal to 1. This is for one share. We have totally 100 shares, and hence 1 into 100. 100 rupees is his loss which he has to recover. So this is the formula in the book to find out value of 24 and value of 100. In the previous section, we had seen conceptually how this 24 is derived and how this value of 100 is derived, so that both the investor is not at a loss and the company will anyway get its money. This is the concept of rights issue.